Welcome to another episode of the Screen Squad. Like always, I'm Vinny.
I'm Ozzy.
And and on this episode, we're talking about 1997's little independent movie that no one has heard of. It's called Orgazmo.
That's right.
And nobody wants to watch.
Written, directed, and edited by Trey Parker.
Sweet.
Star Wars, South Park,
Basically.
right?
Do you like South Park humor? You'll like
yeah,
this
if you
movie.
like South Park, if you like basketball, if you like
Basketball's
Cannibal the musical.
It's a hidden gem. Cannibal musical is a trauma movie.
It is.
But it's
By the way, Lloyd Kaufman's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Orgazmo.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone. So I think it's right when South Park was starting, right? Is when they did Orgazmo.
Yeah,
Around
they
that time?
literally had like you couldn't find it forever on DVD. When DVDs were out there,
Because it was
you
on
can
VHS.
find it on VHS, but that's about it. But there is so limited
It
that you
took
really
years
couldn't
for
find
it to be released on DVD.
Oh yeah, the second it happened though.
Oh yeah.
In my hands.
This is your movie. You really enjoyed this movie. I
love this movie.
I was in
worship
high
this
school when
movie.
this movie came out.
I mean, my real dad's in this movie, so it's just kind of.
I would not say that. Though.
Yeah, starring Trey Parker, Matt Stone,
One of my old drinking buddies,
Ron Jeremy, Chota
Rest in
Boy,
peace, King.
Chota Boy.
Did he die?
Lloyd Kaufman.
He's gonna die soon. You know, he's broken down so much.
And a litany of porn stars of the 90s are in this movie.
You really don't see any nudity.
Well,
Except for man butt, which makes it even hilarious.
Stunt cock.
You do get a glimpse. You do get glimpses, but it's not like
no. It's like if you pause it enough, you'll find
easy.
like
if you pause it and you wear out your DVD and video in certain sections.
Well, I watched the unrated version.
So still didn't have anything. Doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it has a lot of man butt though.
So I like the fact that the movie is meant to be like a fish out of water. Someone comes like traditionally what happens when people from like Ohio or like the Midwest would come to California or Los Angeles, and it's they're way out of place, right? And but in this case, again, it's their favorite church, the Mormons.
He's a Mormon missionary.
They wrote about bringing a Mormon missionary over to Los Angeles, and he gets in because he needs money. He gets embroiled in the porno industry.
Well, they knocked on the door where they're filming porn, and then they attack him, and he defends himself. He beats the crap out of a bunch of dudes because he's got some skills apparently as a Mormon missionary.
That's why this is a superhero sex comedy according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, and then they go, man, you can fight. That's what we're trying to do, a superhero movie in porn. It's like, you want to do a movie? Me? Of course, but then you gotta have sex with me. Oh, I can't do it. Father,
it's against his religion. Heavenly Father. It's not Heavenly Father's plan. That's the way they say it. It's
so then they use what to go around it?
Stunt cock.
Use a what? Stunt cock.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
I remember watching this when it first came out, and I was like, oh, it's funny. But I watched it again. Did not enjoy it. I've lost. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've lost my sense of humor.
You lost that edge.
You've lost the
I've seen so much stuff now that it's like, oh, this is ridiculous.
You're desensitized.
Yeah.
Your sense of humor was circumcised.
Yeah.
So
that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
I mean, at the beginning, it's all sensitive. And then after a while, you just get dull. It just takes longer.
It creates a callus. It makes it look like athlete's feet, but it's just calluses.
Oh, gross.
It's not used to the air.
But this movie did give us the naked mariachis.
Yeah, that's true.
That
sound like Depeche Mode.
That's right. Yeah, and they do
just
play
like Depeche Mode.
That's right. They're awesome. But this movie does have like good, in my opinion, still things, memorable scenes that are funny. Like in my head, things stick out. T-Rex, that sticks out in my head every time.
Right? My homie G Fresh Sushi.
Yeah.
You get Chota Boy, right? Which is
Jimmy
Squeak. You get Squeak from Basketball plays Chota Boy.
The introduction of Squeak.
you get Ron Jeremy in full blown acting mode.
Well, what?
Oh yeah.
Full blown acting mode.
What? And he played a character named Jizz Master Zero.
Master Zero. That's right.
Yeah, fitting name, very fitting name.
It was creative for what they did, and again, it's a rated R movie because of because of the subject matter. That's what I say. Because of the subject matter and the fact that they're dealing with the porn industry. That's the reason I got it. That's the reason why I got NC-17.
NC-17
because there's really nothing like to push it to NC-17 in this movie.
Yeah, it's
There's
actually
a lot
pretty,
of sex toys.
Yeah, but
so was there's the same thing was in 50 Shades of Grey.
I've not seen that movie.
That's a different subject we could talk about.
Same thing. They
I mean,
still showed a lot of toys. They showed stuff. So, but they didn't show anything in this movie. That's the thing. It was weird. It's just because of the subject matter.
They showed more sex toys in Still Smoking than they did in this movie.
And that was rated R.
Yeah. So,
but again, the 80s were wild.
A rated R movie.
A rated R movie.
It was PG.
A PG-13 movie. A PG movie in the 80s is rated R now.
Mm-hmm.
They showed more nudity in Back to the Future 2 than it did in this movie.
That was nudity in Back to the Future 2?
Ooh la la.
La la.
Ooh la la. Well, at least the version you can see.
Before they put walkie-talkie in front of it.
Not the Netflix version.
Before they cropped it out, all of a sudden you see.
Yeah.
It's Guns and Ammo now. What?
Yeah, that's what the magazine is. That's what he's reading. Yeah. Guns and Ammo. No, but so Trey Parker Trey Parker wrote the movie again, right? So just because using his experience coming from Colorado to Los Angeles, but I think it was an inventive way of telling the story. I think parts of it are still funny. I remember watching it when I was younger, and I didn't laugh my head off the whole way, right? But there are pieces that I found funny. Even now, when I watch it, there's still parts of it that are funny to me because it's just so outrageous.
Well, see, I was debating with myself. At what age?
You're a master debater. Everyone knows that.
Of course. But at what age do I show this to my son?
Never. You better not.
Never.
This movie's too good, man. It's too good.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But until he's 18, can he watch this movie? I don't want him to be like you. I don't want either of them to be like you.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? With me? I'm awesome. I think.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Sorry.
No, but no. Do not show this movie to them.
Yet, right?
Yet, until they're old enough. Like I would even tell Edgar to show it to his son. Nope.
No.
Right. He'll get it.
I'm sure he's seen it.
I'm sure.
But
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, but it's not a good movie.
It's not a movie for everyone. That's the thing. This is not a movie for everyone. Because again, their humor, just like if you think about it, Team America: World Police is not for everyone.
Hilarious.
South Park the movie is not for everyone.
Hilarious.
Right? Cannibal
Basketball.
the musical, right? Basketball is not for everyone. A lot of people Valdo and I find a lot of these movies funny, right? Yeah. And I think they're classics.
Yeah, but it's a sign of your time. That's what it is. You guys grew up with this, yeah.
Yeah,
because we still grew up with a time where you can make certain jokes and still be funny.
Well, you took us to see South Park, the movie.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it was gonna be like that.
There was more nudity in South Park the movie than there was in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot more. There's a lot more in that movie. But again, that movie also got NC-17 at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Because these guys like to they like to push the envelope, and
they got the name Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. They put out there like, wait, we didn't figure it out why. Okay,
right. But I think with Orgazmo, this is an independent movie technically because it flew under the radar. I don't even know if it ever got a theatrical release.
I think it did, but briefly.
Was it produced by Troma? Because in the video store, there's a lot of like Troma movies.
No, but I think Lloyd Kaufman is in it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He is in it. He's the doctor.
Because he's in it, but I don't think it was
at the end.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever released. It was really, really independent. It was made for they don't have an amount of how much it was made for, but it did get released in theaters. But I think it got released in theaters in Canada. right? Because it made total worldwide box office of 602,000. But
Nice.
Wow.
I don't know
But
how much it was
that was
made
back
for.
when you can make a movie for like nothing compared to
Well, I
stuff
just
like.
gave him $3 because I had to rent the movie.
Really? You don't own it?
No.
You own every
How
copy of it.
dare you not
Yeah.
own this movie?
You're the only one that owns it.
I would have
Yeah.
sent you a DVD of it.
But to me, it literally is just a raunch. It's just a raunchy comedy. It's just a raunchy comedy. It's not. There's really nothing bad to it. It's ultimately, yes, it's a superhero
No.
movie, and
Yeah.
it's a story of like, like
Come on, the theme
being being
song.
being.
Like
Yeah,
you're a
no, hold on, we'll
man.
get there. We'll get there. Like
It's just
it's a story of like being out of your element and having to make ends meet and trying to like.
you do what you
He
gotta
just
do for
wants to get
money.
married, bro. He just wants to
Yeah.
get money so
Yeah.
he can get married to his girl, right? Um, but yeah, and
Heavenly
then
Father and I love you.
and it gave us again, DVDA was already a band, right?
Yeah.
It's Trey Parker, Matt Stone,
One of the greatest bands out there.
right? DVDA, and they gave us the song, right? They gave us a song in Basketball. They gave
Yeah.
us a
Well, I
song
mean,
in
I've never seen a man
Orgazmo.
eat so many chicken wings.
They gave us What Boy Brian Boitano Do.
Yeah.
I don't think people know about those songs, right? But
Wasn't that
no,
nominated for an Oscar?
What Brian
not
Butano do?
Yeah.
no, it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? I thought it was Blame
That's
Canada.
that. What's he?
Oh, I
It's a
think it
mix,
was
I think.
Blame Canada. Yeah, I
It was
think you're
Blame
right.
Canada, not what were Brian Boitano do?
Well, all I know is Robin
Because
Williams
that's not in
performed
the
at the
movie.
Oscars.
Because that's not in the movie.
Robin Williams performed a song at the Oscars.
Yeah, Blame Canada.
Okay. Well, the
Yeah,
hockey hullabaloo.
yeah. He
And
he, he
Jim
performed
Murray
Blame
too.
Canada. But yeah, it's like they gave us the themes, like Orgasmo's theme song, which I think at a certain point you'll still hear randomly play places in certain things. Now you're a mile.
Man. Sorry.
Uh,
What?
and that's I like the fact that the movie started that way, right?
It's weird because you hear that song, you just can't help but sing in that voice.
But it is true.
Now you're
It is true.
mine.
A lot of people do not know about this movie. This movie is a movie that people just do not know about. And when you tell them about it, people watch it. You tell them it's from the people who made South Park, before South Park the movie, before
Yeah.
Basketball,
Before Book of Mormon.
before Book of Mormon,
Way
right? So
before.
way
Mhm.
before. But it's only people who watch South Park in the
Asadiga
'90s
Iboy.
that know about this movie. It's like really only them that know about this movie, but I think it
I
has
still think it's funny.
I think I think it has funny scenes. It is raunchy, right? But it's not like they're not really attacking anyone in this movie. Right? They just use the Mormon character versus like other things like they'll sometimes like Book of Mormon, it's more of a like joke on the Mormon church or the Mormons. But
Yeah,
this is
but it's weird because they use stuff from the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
To do some humor. So people who are pro Mormon, they get some of the jokes, like inside jokes to like, oh look, Hezekiah joke, ha ha ha. You know, but then there's also there's an appreciation there at the same time as hey, this is silly, right?
Mm-hmm. But it's not as harsh as like
Unlike Scientology,
what they do with South Park. Like it's not they don't go as hard as they do what they do with South Park or what they did with like all these other things, like when they made fun of like the Hollywood, right? When they made fun with Team America.
Yeah, the film actors
but
guild.
people did like the critics did not like this movie at all.
Well, I mean,
I wonder why.
Oh, I wonder who one of them was.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
I know who was an
Shout out
a-hole.
jaw dropping. You're gonna say something about
I know the
I kind of
the
agree
bald
with the
one's okay with
critics
it.
on this one, though.
Nah, you're old.
I mean it's I guess it's not it's not a horrible movie, but it's not by any means it's an acquired taste. If you watch this movie, you might not like it, you might find it funny, right? It splits people in the middle
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
You been made me care.
T-Rex.
What was that voice? Was that Cartman?
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, whether you watch the rated R version, whether you watch the NC-17 version, there's not much of a difference. It's not big. It's like there's nothing bad, like extremely bad in this movie, right? And it led to possibly a sequel that never happened, right? It had that ending that you could have gotten a sequel to Orgasmo.
Well, you're
But
in the movie. They were filming the sequel, and they had a different stunt cock. They're like, you don't see a problem with this? No. No? All right.
Oh.
no, but the
Yeah.
Orgasmo sequel, which I'm glad that they left it as is, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that they left it as is because it's fine. It's fine. The
Yeah.
movie, it's what it is. It was released. People like it. It has a big cult following. It's one of those movies that it took a long time to get released in certain media, formats because
You
of
can
the
see
fact that
you
it
used to be
didn't
able to
make
see
so
this
much money.
movie as a midnight showing, just like Rocky Horror and Clue and stuff like that. You can watch this in random midnight showings. No, no,
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't
you're
know.
not okay.
I don't do midnight
I'm
showings.
fucking telling you.
I don't do
Oh,
midnight showings anymore.
Yeah, no, who does
nobody
this
does
anymore?
that.
I know.
Look,
Only
we
nerds
saw
do.
Ninja Turtles at 2 o'clock in the afternoon
Yep.
because it
And
was
my
early.
eyes were the size of the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't recommend this movie. Sorry.
I do. I would
Mm,
say watch it because
Movies not for you.
no, not for
it's a
me.
movie that was it's very weird that it was ever released, and it comes from the mind of South, like one of the minds of South Park,
Mencia.
director
Yeah, I got you.
edited, right? So I mean, I think I would recommend watching it if you've never seen it. It's again out. You can rent it. I don't think you could probably find it on
If you're a
Blu-ray, DVD, streaming on
if
VHS.
if you're a fan of South Park at all, if you're a fan of Book of Mormon, it's worth a watch. Especially if
It's
like
the prequel to the Book of
you
Mormon.
you
Sure,
understand
mean, it could be.
you'll understand the type of humor it is, and hopefully you'll appreciate the humor. If not, at least you saw something else that they made. I
Yeah, you saw
mean,
something that a lot of
once
people didn't. Yeah, it's one of those things. You saw something that a lot of people haven't seen.
because
Yeah.
it wasn't put out there for them. They didn't have a name enough to kind of sell it much bigger. That was back when movies had to come out in theater. Rarely came out like in straight DVD unless you made a Reanimator 2. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think that rating, the NC-17 rating, killed it in the
Yeah,
movie
but I
theater.
also think it was definitely unfair that it got an NC-17 because there's other movies that were released
we've seen way
that have a
more.
lot more
Well,
like adult
also the
content.
Mr. Skin has a whole website about nudity. Hey, don't look at him. But they had a whole website about nudity and movies that came out before this and even after this, and they're way more raunchy and gross and like sexually explicit than this movie was, and it's still rated R, maybe PG-13.
all right. I don't know. I can't.
What's awkward for it being an unrated version, right? Normally unrated versions are longer.
Mm-hmm.
This one's shorter.
Yeah.
The unrated version is 2 minutes shorter than the regular release. You can find it on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS,
Somewhere.
on eBay.
It's on streaming. You can rent it on
You can rent
streaming.
it on stream, but if you want it in physical media, there's a bunch of
Wait,
eBay stores that might sell it.
So what site did you use to stream it?
Me?
Yeah, was it
Apple.
Voodoo? Apple?
Apple.
Nice.
Apple.
Cool.
Apple.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy it on Apple so I can see it whenever I can. Be like, son, you need to
Does
see
it have both
this."
versions?
No, I don't know. I just rented one and it was an
He's-
NC-17
He
unrated
says the
one.
unrated. So
Eh.
if it's unrated, how is it NC-17? Haha.
No, it's unrated, not the NC-17. The unrated one.
There's no real NC-17 version because this movie should have never been rated NC-17.
Or released.
I mean, yes,
How
if they
dare you,
released
sir.
worse, they released the Legend of Chun
Cannibal.
Li.
That's true.
If they
For
released
some
that
reason,
movie,
they made Spice World. Okay.
you shut your mouth.
So-
You shut your mouth. Worldwide phenomenon here.
Colors of the World will spice up your life.
That's right.
But this is much better for your heart. All right, you need to watch Orgazmo.
Watch Orgasmo. It's I recommend it. Edgar doesn't. Two out of three. The Doctor does. Obviously, the Doctor
Hell
does.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Thugonomics here.
Sure. On that note, check out Orgazmo. Trey Parker, Matt Stone, Ron Jeremy, other people.
Chris,
There's a lot of people in this movie. Check it out. It's a weird movie. Don't blame us if you don't like it. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. On that note, this has been Vinny.
This is me.
Anna.
We'll see you guys next time.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon.